This is the BBC Home Service. The following statement is made by the President of the Polish People's Republic. Fellow comrades, today we face a grave threat. We are a nation located between two giants of ideologies that are destined to engage in conflict, and our great nation will be the battleground upon which the battles will be fought. Do not attempt to ease yourself with thoughts that it could never happen, because it will happen. It could be tomorrow, or it could be in decades. But it will be impossible to avoid this conflict that will shape the future of Europe. The Polish have chosen a path led by the workers and common man of this great nation. But our journey down this path will be paved by loss before it is complete. Even now, there are those of you listening to this from Republican Spain, where you are fighting against the great beast of fascism. You fight for the ideals of our nation and people, and your achievements in this prelude to the conflict will have a drastic effect on events to come. In the West, France and Britain refuse to stand up for the values they stand for. They choose instead to lull themselves into a false sense of security, either through the construction of massive forts along their borders to attain a false sense of security, through trade in selling them the materials they require to rebuild their war machine, and diplomacy in the hope that their new strength will not be thrust in their direction. Meanwhile, Hitler continues to violate the treaties that they themselves drafted, the treaties they are unwilling to enforce. This is not a defensive army that the Germans and Italians are creating. It is an army of offense, of conquest. So it falls upon us and our Soviet allies to prevent the scourge of Hitler, Franco, and Mussolini from casting a long shadow upon the entire continent. We may have to take part in actions that we do not like, that under normal circumstances we would not consider just. But as a nation we must prepare ourselves, and most importantly our industry, to be able to take on the task that we set out to achieve. In order to defend our new nation, we must spread our ideals, so when the day comes, we can stand united in our struggle against the ghastly beast. We do hope that the West will eventually rise to the challenge at hand, and if they do, we are willing to work together in whatever way possible to achieve our united goal. But we must be prepared to go at this on our own, and I have full confidence that with our new ally, we will prevail against tyranny. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 in our Poland series. The People's Republic of Poland seems to be doing fairly well. We are currently expanding on our civilian industry, along with some of our military industry, and constructing fortifications along the German border. We also have our Polish volunteers fighting in the Spanish Civil War on the side of the Communist Republicans. We've got 2 divisions down there currently fighting to retake Madrid. So things are going pretty well. How's our deployment going? We've got a number of infantry divisions under development, as well as some armored divisions. However, as much as I'd like to try to build up our industry on our own, some people in the comments pointed out that it would probably be easier if I maybe took some more territory, possibly from Romania, maybe Lithuania. But I would like to avoid doing that as much as possible, because I just don't think invading people is right. But it's a desperate situation and we're against a big juggernaut, so we may have to do a little claiming. Although we are, of course, are allied with the Soviets, who will be able to help us in the event of a war, but it'll probably take them some time to get to the front, which means I've got to hold out until then. I've got 2 armies at the moment. We've got the... I would like to rename these so they're named something. What? Okay, so SITREP. In our research, we are currently researching mechanical computing to increase our research speed. We are also researching motorized infantry so we can get some fast-moving infantry, because my whole plan is to focus less on having massive armies, but rather to have mobile armies that I can move quickly to where they're needed. And we're also continuing to expand our industrial capacity, because that's probably our largest priority at the moment. As far as national focus, we're doing armament effort 2. And construction, mainly civilian factories at the moment, because we desperately need some. We only have 4 civilian factories that can lend their services to construction, because they also have some for traded goods, because we needed to import quite a few traded goods. In fact, the next thing I should probably research is synthetic oils, so I can start making some synthetic oil industry things. Now, in order to start up building a bit of an Eastern alliance, I'm going to start to support the Communist Party in Lithuania, and possibly Romania too. I'm not going to do that yet, because I'm not sure whether I'm actually going to invade them or not. But I'm thinking we need to expand somewhere, and I'm trying to think would be a good place to do that. I guess Romania would be a good option, as would be Lithuania. I don't really want to go for Czechoslovakia or Hungary, and the rest of those countries aren't on my border. Although maybe, I'm thinking maybe Turkey could be is a possibility. It's awfully far away, but I can station troops there from the Soviet Union. They aren't going to be much of a threat to Poland itself. I know it's a bit far away, but they have a pretty decent industrial capacity, and I don't think they have a huge military. So maybe I could send one of my armies, possibly the 2nd PPR army, to the region. No, we're actually just going to do Romania. Simple, easy peasy. I don't want to do this much, but we're going to need something. Let's go for... We're not going to try and wipe them off the map, but let's go mainly for the coastal regions. Yes. Let's do that. Don't know what this is going to stir up, but I suppose we'll see. In that case, we will begin to move our military to engage on the border. And let's hit play. There the 2nd PPR army goes. Now, back over to Spain, where things are progressing. I do thank you, whoever commented on that last video, actually telling me how to use the offensive actions. I love you for that. It is so nice being able to use that now. So our main goal right now, not a big one, just to retake Madrid for the Republicans. Our troops are currently getting into position. Shouldn't take them too long. Let's see. About a day. Oh, Marco Polo bridge incident. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomatic fear that the volatile situation could result in a war at any time. Thank God for editing. I hope I remember to edit this. I really do. It's early. I still need my coffee. Also, on the naval front, I would like to slowly start building up my naval forces, because we don't really have anything. So, I think I'm gonna, instead of doing the submarines for now, I'm gonna start building us some destroyers. A good solid foundation for any naval fleet. We also really do need some more naval bases. That's hopefully we can get those once we after our incursion on Romania. We can get some along the Black Sea. And we're also increasing our convoy capacity because we only have 19 available ships. And we'll probably need more because we don't exactly have a massive amount of what are our resources like anyways? We've got some oil, decent respectable amount of steel. Compared to Germany, not really. No, that's not a great amount of steel. So we got steel and oil, and that's about it. So we basically need to import everything. What does Romania have? They've got lots of oil. Ooh, hello. That'll help, but we still need aluminium. We need tungsten, and we need, what else is there? Rubber. That's a big one. And the problem is, at the moment, most of our trade routes go right through a German canal. Oh, wait, no, that's Denmark. Never mind. Oh, no, that is Germany. So we're going to have to change that eventually, because as soon as any conflict ignites, that's going to be cut off like something that gets cut off easily. Back in Spain, it looks like all our divisions are in place for our new offensive. We will do a balanced manner. And, I guess now it has to change because, screw it. Engage. Now I'm hoping that we can take back Madrid without too much hassle. Let's take a look at the battle. We are moving into Madrid using a close quarters attack. They are doing a close quarters local strong point. Seems like we are doing pretty well at the moment. Actually, right now it's mainly Russian forces that are... Oh, no, it switched to us. Now it's mainly us who are going into Madrid. And we do seem to be winning. We have 4 reserves. I assume most of them are either Republican or whatever Soviet troops are in the region. And we're at 72%, so hopefully that won't last too long. Now we can retake the Spanish capital. Now, just looking at our logistics, it seems like we're okay for support equipment. Currently need an average of 15 units of infantry weapons. We have more than that, so let's decrease that by 1 so we can get more light tanks under production. Because those we need... No, an average is... That can't be right. How many? We've got 117 out of 180 for that. So yeah, light tanks are going to be a priority. So we will decrease the infantry equipment for a little while. Support equipment, I believe we have a surplus of about 1,000. So let's just decrease that to 1 factory. And we'll start getting more aircraft under construction. Because right now, recently upgraded our fighters. And we need to upgrade 151 fighters before we can begin adding to our air fleet, because we don't really have much aircraft. We got 2 fighter wings and 1 close air support. So 162 fighters and 22 close air support aircraft. However, it does look like we have some army experience. So let's go into our division editor. What support do we have? I would like to add some artillery support and an engineering company to our primary infantry divisions. That should help a bit in our upcoming offensive. The 2nd PPR Army has stationed themselves on the Romanian border in both Polish and Soviet territory, preparing for that invasion. I guess we should set up an attack plan right now, just so. So basically, we want to, the first thrust, we want to go in and drive ourselves to the coast. I think that should be a good line of attack. Now, intel is we've got 1, 2, 3, about 9 well, 11, 12, 13, and 13 to, let's say, 18 Romanian divisions in the immediate area. We've got 18 divisions in the area, so hopefully before that begins we can reinforce them a little bit so it's not quite as difficult. We might be able to bring Mustache Man in to help, but I'd rather not risk them getting this territory rather than me. Because they've got plenty. Look at all this territory. Look at all of it. So much territory. Back in Spain, it looks like we have lost a little bit of ground in our battle for Madrid. We do have a combined total of 5 divisions going into the region against 3 divisions. Still doing a close quarters attack while they do a close quarters defense. So it's a bit of a, how much do we got? Estimate the battle will last for another 16 days. That's a while, but hopefully it'll turn out successfully. Go get in there, guys. Get in there. Against those fascist bastards. The moment our manpower is just under 100,000. So our next, when we get enough political power, our next move will be going to limited conscription so we can get a bit more manpower, because at this rate we'll likely run out pretty quickly. But things seem to be going pretty well, reasonably well. Man, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee now. Now, after this video, I probably won't be releasing any videos for about a week or so. Have a few things coming up, but I do have the Disasters DLC for City Skylines now, so Flood City 3 will be coming in early January. Anyways, I'm sort of rethinking things on the channel. I want to go back towards how it originally was, with a bit more scripted stuff, a bit more history, rather than just simple Let's Play videos, which it sort of became the primary thing, which I didn't really intend, but I'm going to be changing it back a bit, experimenting with different things, because, I don't know, everybody does simple Let's Play videos, and I don't really think there's much appeal to them anymore. So I like to do something a bit more. I have it's going to be based on Rise of Flight, sort of a history of aerial warfare during the First World War, which is a bit of a learning process for me. I'm a pretty big history buff. I know quite a bit about the air war in the Second World War, but not really the First World War. I know the very basics. You know, you got your interrupter gear, you got your Red Baron, and all that kind of stuff, but I don't really know a good, detailed account of the aerial war throughout the war. So I'm going to be going into that. I already have the script for the first video penned or typed, so that'll be coming in the new year as well. I really need to remember to change the date on my end card for these videos. I probably won't, so there'll probably be some videos released in the new year that say it's 2016 when it's really 2017. Oh god, it's already 2017. Oh, it feels like just yesterday it was 2010. Time sure flies when you're sitting in front of your computer playing video games. Having fun. Once again, things seem to be progressing in Spain. About almost at 70%. Retaking Madrid. We've got one division on there. The other division's defending the other side of our very small front. I'm hoping that eventually I'll be able to send a few more divisions into Spain, but I'm not holding my breath. So we got 4 divisions, 2 Republican. Oh no, yeah, 2 Spanish Republican, 1 Polish, and the other one I assume is Soviet.
And we've got, so there, as far as divisions go, we're equal. Oh no, we've got 6 divisions against 4 divisions. Still close quarters defense and attack. So back to the Romanian question. I just want to check when our justifying is going to be done. It looks like we'll be able to invade on the 17th of May, 1938. So basically exactly a year from today. And that is probably around the time that Germany will be going into Czechoslovakia. They'll probably have annexed Austria by that point as well. So hopefully they'll be... It's going to be cutting it pretty close, though. Because that gives us about a year before they declare war on us. So we really need to wrap up this conflict in Romania relatively quickly. Plus, I don't have the historical AI focus on, so there's no guarantee that they won't invade before then. So it's a bit of a risky move, but I think it's a necessary one. Plus, then, if war does come, we do have our independence guaranteed by the Soviets, which will hopefully deter them from making an invasion until it'll be. I am hoping that when the Germans invade Czechoslovakia, that will spark the UK and France to come to its defense, and then Germany will have to deal with France and Britain before they set their sights east. So fingers crossed that the UK and France actually have some balls and defend their Czech brothers and sisters, or Czech and Slovakia brothers and sisters. Sadly, things have taken a turn for the worst in the battle for Madrid. We are still at 65%, but the battle, well, it's sort of at a stalemate right now. Got 4 divisions against 5 divisions on our side. It's going between losing and winning, but I bet this battle is going to go on for quite some time because they have 4 divisions stationed in Madrid, plus it's city fighting, and I assume that's a mechanic that plays a part in this game because they are pretty thorough. So I'm not sure. We'll keep after this for a little while. We may have to refocus our efforts and possibly moving our troops to the south here to isolate, to cut off this southern pocket of nationalist troops, and then go in the north and isolate this northern pocket of nationalist troops, so we can basically cut off the center portion and Madrid from getting supplies from the various nationalist ports, which might make her job a bit easier. So it's now the 13th of June, 1937. The battle for Madrid has been going on and on. We are still managing to maintain our lead, but we are constantly going between having the advantage and disadvantage. And we do have both of our divisions attacking the city. Unfortunately, the enemy does have air supremacy. And, oh no, we have, wait. Yeah, they have air supremacy, but we are attacking from multiple directions. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure the fight for Madrid will continue. Now, we are still going after the armament effort to national effort, but I believe after that we will go for the collectivist ethos so we can get some... Okay, that doesn't get us political power. Nor does that. Okay, never mind. However, the good news is we should have 4 new divisions coming into the fray soon, which we will then assign to the Romanian front line, which will bring us up to 22 divisions on there. And the 1st PPR division is currently along the German border and conducting military exercises so we can get some added army experience. I do have 6, so I might be able to... I would like to add some support for... Oh no, we can't. It's 10. Never mind. But when I do get enough, I would like to add some artillery support to my armored divisions. Just, you know, explodey stuff happens. Coffee. News for the 23rd of June 1937. Unfortunately, the Republican forces have been defeated in the battle for Madrid. Polish volunteers are going to be diverted to the south to attempt to cut off the Nationalist Front from southern ports, while being careful to not get encircled themselves. Anyway, so what we're going to do, just going to pause it for a sec. We're going to ditch the, because we just don't have enough forces to take on the kind of divisional power that they have in Madrid. So we're going to move our troops to the south of this river and attempt to push towards the Spanish coast. I really wish we could get... Can we get any more divisions down to here? I really desperately need some more. No, I want Republican. I want Republican Spain. There. Can we? No, we can't. Oh, it would be so useful if I could get at least 4 divisions down there. Can't do a whole lot with 2. Other than coordinate with... The one complaint I have about this game is they need a way that you can better coordinate with your allies. Like, you know how in the real war you had, you know, the allies cooperating in something like Operation Overlord, where, you know, the British would take on one beach or one area, and the Americans another area, and the Canadians another area. It'd be nice if you could assign that so you can sort of do operations with your allies rather than being forced to only have control over your troops and just hoping that they help whenever they feel like it. That some kind of mechanic like that would be nice. Anyways, we're going to... I just accidentally deleted that. Here at the front line, we'll just start out small and we'll take this area. Because I want to widen this. Because I don't want to send my volunteers into this bulge into the front lines only for them to get encircled and annihilated. Because if they do get encircled with only 2 divisions, it's going to be very hard to fight their way back out. So I'm going to widen this gap so we can then continue pushing in along the south of this river and then cut off the southern ports from the Nationalist front line. Once we complete that task, we may go back up to the north and do the same for the north, so that the Nationalist forces in the center of Spain and Madrid won't be able to access their supplies quite as much. Like you can see here, this area was actually just encircled, so if my troops were in there, they'd be... Well, actually, I think there's a bit of a gap there. They'd be able to get out here, but it would be a pretty precarious situation if they moved in on this territory right here. So I moved them a bit north, so they're north and south of the river, and then we'll get them to move in. I'm not going to do a big... Let's just do that. Baby steps. Baby steps. Where are they? Where's the other one? Where's the other division? Oh, there it is. Okay, it looks like they're ready to begin that offensive, so let's begin that. Alright, so the Battle of Southern Nationalist Spain begins. They have enemy air superiority still. However, we are attacking this province from multiple directions. We have 3 divisions facing out against 1 division of nationalist Spanish forces. Looks like the battle is going in our favor for the time being, with an estimated duration of 12 days. So, I think with the beginning of our new offensive in Spain, this is where we will end for today. So, recapping our research, we're currently researching, we are almost done researching our motorized divisions, so we can begin deploying some motorized divisions. I believe we will probably take out 2 of these infantry divisions and then divert them to creating motorized divisions. What's the situation here? We need artillery. Seems like we're lacking artillery in a big way. Oh, we're not even producing artillery. Man, I guess that would help. However, where do we divert from? I really don't want to divert from our armored because we desperately need that. But we also desperately need artillery, so that's what we're going to have to do. Crap, I didn't want to do that. Oh, we need tungsten. Where are we gonna get that from? Oh, our supply routes are such. Oh, I guess we can get it from the Soviets. But that's. See, the problem is then we lose one of our civilian factories, and we only have 4 civilian factories right now. Man, being Poland's hard. Okay. What is all using tungsten? It's only the artillery. Duh. You know what? We are just going to have to not get artillery yet. And we'll just continue making our armor and rifles, and the artillery will have to wait. So on the production front, not brilliant. Construction, we are currently constructing civilian factories as fast as we can. We have a new one that will be done on October 23rd, which is quite some time from now. Yeah, that's the hardest part about Poland so far, is just the amount of industry, and constructing stuff takes a really long time. So that getting extra territory, I think, is going to be a necessity, unfortunately. Back in our research, we got 1 day left on motorized, some time left on our condensed or concentrated industry. So it's June of 1937. The Spanish Civil War seems to be at a bit of a stalemate, with a slight advantage to the Republican side. Our industry is slowly but surely increasing. Our production is alright, but hardly ideal. Our deployment, infantry is going pretty well, but we are lacking the artillery that they require, but they will just have to go without for now. And we have 1 armored division, which is almost ready. Logistics, not great. Trade, trade's a bad situation, because most of our trade is coming from the UK or North America, and it all goes through a German canal. So that's going to be one of our the biggest challenges that we're going to face in the coming years. We're going to have to find other routes in order to get our supplies. And because no navy we're going to be able to put together between now and 1939 is going to be able to compete with the German Navy in the Baltic and the Eastern North Sea. Eastern North Sea, that's a bit of an oxymoron. But yeah, so okay, so just before we go, we've completed that motorized division. Now we are going to, let's take a look. Choices. Navy, I don't think it's going to be much point in developing that too much at the moment. Air Force, we already have more or less up-to-date aircraft. We could use some more tactical bombers, tactical and strategic, but I don't think that's going to be a big thing for the time being. Oh, Amelia Earhart has successfully circumnavigated the globe. Good for her. Glad she's not dead. yeah, industry is going to be our focus. What we're going to do is improve our production efficiency, and that should help a bit. Things are bleak, but they're not impossible. So, until the next episode of Oh God, I'm Poland, which is something I'm feeling more now than ever. Have a good one, and see you in the new year. Yippee!